Who hates punctures? I can't stand them. I have always been jealous of riders with cast wheels and those 3-minute puncture repairs using tyre plugs. Or BMW riders with those fancy wheels where the spokes go into the outer rim and allow tubeless tyres. I finally fitted the tubeless system to my DR650 and it means way less potential headaches with punctures. I no longer carry spare tubes, tyre irons and patches, just tyre plugs and that weird tool for pushing them in. Now, before I continue, I must state that tubeless is not DOT approved for legal road riding in the USA. Plenty of riders use tubeless regardless, but there's always the possibility a cop knows what tubeless is and can identify it on your bike and thinks you should be fined. How does tubeless work? There is an inner tube inflated to 100 psi. This pushes the red plastic cover against your tyre bead and anchors it very securely to the rim. In effect, you now have a tubeless tyre. What are the advantages? Less punctures. A lot of punctures occur when the tube is pinched against the rim. This can no longer happen. And punctures are incredibly easy to fix. Leave the wheel on, just insert a tyre plug. Also, if your tyres have a very stiff sidewall, you don't even need to fix the puncture immediately. The tubeless system holds the tyres so firmly, it is like having 4 psi air pressure. If you are in a tough situation, you can still ride your bike through, then fix the puncture. Super low air pressures. Riding in mud, trying to get up a slippery incline, you can reduce your air pressure dramatically to improve traction, even down to 0 psi. Your rims have better protection. Tubeless holds those tyres so firmly, there's less chance of dinging your rims. Do you usually run heavy duty or ultra heavy duty tubes to minimise punctures? Tubeless is even lighter than both. Also, once you learn the technique, you will find tyre changes are easier because you don't have to mess around with pesky inner tubes. So, which motorbike models suit the tubeless system? It's designed to suit the narrow rims of your typical dual sport, motocross or enduro bikes. Unfortunately, there is currently no 17-inch rear wheel system, so you can't fit tubeless to the rear wheel of bikes like the KLR 650, DR 650 or XR 650L. What about bikes like the KTM 690 or Husqvarna 701? These actually have a 2.5-inch wide rear rim, which is just outside the specifications for tubeless. However, if your rear tyre bead is at least 11 millimeters thick here, then apparently the tubeless system works. Search online, you will find quite a few 690 riders who say it's been working great. I have a DR650 and I really wanted to fit tubeless. Eventually I saw a custom 18-inch rear wheel for sale and bought it. So I can not only fit the tubeless system, but access a much wider range of tyres. If you have a KLR 650 or XR 650L, this is well worth looking into. So what are the potential drawbacks of tubeless? It's incredibly reliable if you follow the instructions. Most of the riders in our group have been using it for the past 7 years without problems. But if you don't follow the instructions carefully, you can end up with slow air leaks. What if the high pressure tube suddenly fails? It's never happened to us, but apparently it goes with a bang. It would be the same as a sudden tube deflation with a normal puncture. Can the high pressure tube be punctured? Theoretically, yes. A very sharp, pointed rock could pierce the tyre, the tough red plastic cover, and then the inner tube. It can happen with enduro bikes in very rocky terrain. but I think your average dual sport or adventure bike will not be in that sort of terrain. How would you fix a blown inner high pressure tube? Well, you would need tyre irons, new tubes and an air pump capable of achieving 100 psi air pressure. Have you tried the tubeless system? What was your experience? Keen to hear your thoughts? Let us know in the comments.